So that other semi-final taking place between Carlisle and Bradford. Bradford with a 1-goal advantage to take to Brunton Park. Paul Simpson, the manager of Carlisle, his son Jake Simpson, the head of performance here at Stockport County. So who knows, it potentially could be Simpson against Simpson in the League 2 playoff final. That is the son of Paul Simpson, the Carlisle manager, his son Jake, the Stockport head of performance.
That'll be an interesting chat over dinner, I think.
Phones will be off. Well, what do both teams have left in the tank here?
Well, that's often what it comes down to, isn't it? A lot of tired bodies and legs out there, but often it's up top and in the mind who can stay alive, who can stay sharp if that opportunity presents itself and convert with the execution, or who is alive enough not to make a mistake in those defensive areas. You want it to come down to a bit of quality rather than that.
One slip now could cost everything. There's Paddy Madden. Stretton was giving chase. Toure again, standing his ground as so often he's done in a Salford City shirt.
Be interesting to see now without Matt Smith, first real chance for Stockport to get the ball in that box and put them under pressure.
Well, Callum Morton's just been told to get in the Matt Smith zone, and he touches the ball.
Does very well, exactly that.
That's Mariappa. Here is Morton. Barry loves to carry the ball, and he was caught there by Noyle.
Sarcevic there just breaking up that play again. We've seen Louis Barry's ability to go past people, carry the ball forward. And it's a good foul from Sarcevic, just breaking that up, making sure they can't go and hurt them.
The header won by Mariappa. Morton trying to make life awkward for the Stockport back line. And the effort is brilliant! Stevie Mallon! Salford City have never, ever been to League One. It's the club which keeps writing history. It keeps breaking new ground, and they may have broken Stockport County hearts in extra time here, because Wembley may be calling.
Well, that could be an absolutely huge moment, not just in this tie, but in the history of Salford City Football Club, if it proves to be the goal that gets them to Wembley. Look to take a wicked deflection on the way through. Again, Mariappa does really well initially. Bit of a scramble, they just don't see it out. We spoke about tired legs, tired minds. Carl Noel doesn't deal with that situation. And then we've seen Stevie Mallon take a dig from range at various points of these games. He tries his luck. This time, yes, off Fraser Horsfall. So unfortunate, can't adjust himself to get out of the way of it. He tries to get ahead on it, and then it just flies into the back of that net. A fantastic moment for Salford, such a cruel one for Stockport County in terms of the manner in which they've conceded.
Well, let's not forget, his heart was broken wearing a Northampton shirt at the end of last season. But Stevie Mallon went for it. And Salford have the advantage now in the second period of extra time.
Well, as you say, he certainly can't say that he hasn't tried his luck at times, and clearly fancies his chances from range, and that time gets a huge slice of luck off of that man there. Again, for me, it's a situation where you put so much into games, you just can't get yourself in a position to deal with it as well as he may have wanted to, just almost sticks a head at it, and once you do that, it could go absolutely anywhere, and from Stockport's point of view, in exactly the wrong place in the back of that net.
Well, last season he was playing in Turkey for Yeni Malatyaspor and wasn't getting paid, which is why he left. Now here he is with potentially a priceless goal, albeit via a big deflection for Salford City. Stockport County have to try and rise up again in extra time here.
Spoken about Salford City's ability to score late goals if they're in games. They've always got that.
They are queuing up Sartovic in the mix, and the header is in! Jack Stretton! That's how to respond! That's how to show resilience! Stockport County have picked themselves up off the canvas and silenced Salford!
What a response from Stockport County. Thought that maybe that goal had broken their hearts, but they come straight back up the other end. Miles Hippolyte launching one into the box. Again, not dealt with. Sarcevic does really well, and Jack Stretton just picks the position at that back stick to make sure he's the one to nod that home. And a massive, massive goal in this tie, back in it. And this place is absolutely rocking.
The playoffs, they just produce magic. Back to all square on aggregate. There's Morton. He commits the foul.
Callum Morton there, just a little bit over-enthusiastic, trying to get himself into a position in and around the box. Clashes into Horsfall, who's done such a fantastic job. Jack Stretton, that man, popping up with such a vital goal so late in the game.
21 years of age, he was on loan here a couple of years ago, and Stockport always wanted to try and bring him back. And eventually they did from Derby County. He's had a loan spell at Carlisle. A Stockport corner in the final few minutes of extra time.
Yeah, and it's just caused a bit of panic at the heart of that Salford City defence. Again, another situation they didn't deal with well enough. They've got another corner to see out here.
In towards that near post and diverted across the face of goal. It's a free kick, though. There was a push there on Lund.
Yeah, just hoping to get himself in a position to be able to deal with that, but certainly a push in the back there on Matti Lund. All hands on deck now, just trying to see these situations out.
Well, they love a drama around here. And we are seeing one unfold right in front of us. We've got ringside seats.
Well, there definitely hasn't been too much between the teams over these two really well contested matches. Stockport County coming back.
Vassell with eyes on it. The keeper was coming too. There's Collar. A Stockport corner.
Yeah, having looked so comfortable for large parts of these two games, Theo Vassell just at the moment not quite dealing with those situations well enough.
This is nerve-wracking at Edgeley Park. Both sets of players putting absolutely everything on the line. It's Hussey's turn to take the corner from this near side. Paddy Madden's at the far post. Horsfall makes his move now. It's Madden! How did Kearns keep that out? The referee has blown his whistle.
Yeah, I think he's signalling potentially for maybe an offside in there. Can't quite see what he has gone for there, but Madden gets up really well. I think Kearns actually gets a touch onto the post. Possibly the corner went out before it arrived into that box.
Well, don't tell Alex Kearns that, because he will want to take immense credit for this fantastic save, but yeah, looks like it has just swung out there from Hussey.
Yeah, keepers always want that credit for sure.
Penalties are imminent. Salford City did manage to get their hands on the English national team's research on penalties ahead of this playoff semi-final. So they'll be hoping to make full use of that if that's where we end up. We'll have 3 additional minutes at the end of extra time.
We've seen how much preparation and analysis goes into penalties, certainly in recent weeks, and big situations where you're looking for those little marginal gains, bits of information that can help the goalkeeper and the penalty taker decide where they want to go. But a lot of the time it just comes down to that bit of nerve.
Callum Morton, this is Lund. Bolton was the target. There's Sarcevic taking charge for Stockport County. Forward by Crosdale. Stretton bringing the ball under his spell. Sarcevic again. Still time to find a winner here in extra time. Collar. Crosdale. Now Hussey. Horsfall. Hussey again. Looking for options. Plenty forward here for Stockport. Rydell. Rydell's ball in, and Vassell made sure he got to it.
Another long throw coming in. It was really interesting in terms of Stockport's goal, coming from a long throw and not having Matt Smith on the pitch for Salford City to deal with that situation.
Hippolyte again with that long throw. That time Salford do deal with it. It's on his strongest foot, the right foot of Chris Hussey. They'll be thankful that Sarcevic was helping him out. That should reach Kearns.
Don't need too good a right foot when you've got a left as good as his.
Well, this is going right to the end. Salford City want to make a substitution before the penalty shootout. Shane McLaughlin will be coming on here for Luke Bolton.
Yeah, these are the moments as a player where you are already playing out that penalty in your head. Where are you going to put it? Make sure you stick to that execution and convert where you want to go. What you don't want to do is change your mind at the last minute, but that, I guarantee, will be in the players' heads right now. It's still a situation to see out, of course.
Is this the final act before we get to penalties? Hippolyte in combat with Shepherd. And the decision is goal kick.
Yeah, I'm sure again, those players will have a good idea if they are the ones who are going to be taking one. I think you look at Stockport County and the subs they've been able to make could prove decisive. They have got players who have scored goals at times this season, but it's a completely different psychology in terms of stepping up and dispatching when there's so much on the line.
This drama is going right to the end. It will be a penalty shootout to decide the winner of this League Two playoff semi-final. Jack Stretton levelling up on aggregate in extra time after Stevie Mallon's heavily deflected effort have put Salford City within sight of Wembley. So it's finished 2-2 on aggregate, and Joby, we go to a penalty shootout. Ever taken any in a shootout?
In a shootout I have, yeah, and managed to dispatch it. Caribbean Cup,
right?
Jamaica versus Trinidad. Absolutely the most nerve-wracking thing you can do as a footballer. I think when you're playing in normal play, you know, you've always got teammates around you, you've got someone to maybe bail you out if you make a mistake, but there's just something about picking that ball up, walking to the spot, knowing that everybody in this stadium is looking at you. And I think because you are expected to score, there is a huge amount of pressure on you. So again, it's just about really sticking to the plan. I'm sure everyone will have been practicing this situation leading up to this game, and you just have to commit to your strike and go for it.
Well, there you go. You can see Stockport's record this season. Missing 3 of the 8 that they've taken in the league. Missed 4 of 9 overall. As for Neil Wood and Salford, I mentioned before, they managed to get their hands on the research of the England national team ahead of this game. England national team and their research that they did for the World Cup in terms of penalties being taken. I think it was a study of 2,000 penalties. Where's the best place to put them?
Back of the net. But no, there's so many variables. You know, I think, again, for me, you've just got to have an idea what you want to do with that penalty. I think if you are a regular penalty taker, it's completely different. You know, you have to have a look at the goalkeeper, where potentially he's been going, if you have been playing against him, and have some variation. But I think when it is just in this situation, and maybe you're not someone who takes them all the time, you go with whatever you are most confident with.
Well, the chief executive, Nicky Butts of Salford City, is ready for this. Roy Keane sat next to him. He always had nerves of steel, didn't he?
Absolutely, and it's amazing when you see what players like that achieved in their careers and the level certainly that they got to, and still what penalty shootouts does to everybody. The drama is absolutely unmatched, unpredictable.
Well, Salford have only had 2 penalties this season, and both the takers aren't on the pitch. Hendry and Watson. As for Stockport's penalty takers, Will Collar has scored 2 out of 2. Camps, who has since been withdrawn, he's missed 1 or 2. Paddy Madden has missed 1 or 2. But now a season's work is all down to this. There is a manager in German football who tells his players where to put their penalties, because then he takes the responsibility if the goalkeeper saves them.
No way, absolutely no way. I mean, again, it's all well and good having data analysis, but again, it's about you getting up to that spot and feeling confident about what you want to do with that football. I certainly wouldn't have liked a manager trying to tell me where to put the ball if I was over it, and I'm sure these players will go with what is in their gut and what they've been practicing.
So we will have the coin toss to decide which end the penalties will be taken. The Stockport fans are behind the goals at both ends. The Railway end away to our right, the Cheadle end away to our left, but the Salford fans are down the Railway end on this near side of the pitch.
Yeah, certainly. I think if you're Stockport County, you want to be going into that Cheadle end. They've got such a huge fan base behind that goal, and when you are Salford City players looking at that sea of blue behind the goal, might just put 1 or 2 doubts in those players' minds.
Well, it looks like the referee pointed towards the Railway end there, but we will see. A nervous wait at Edgeley Park The Salford fans gesturing, or players gesturing to their fans, who've made plenty of noise here today, as have those wearing blue, and it will be the railway end away to our right. So the Stockport fans are behind that goal, but the Salford City fans are right by it too on this side of the pitch.
Yeah, certainly Salford City fans seeing that as the first little win, I think, coming into this goal here. As you say, they have turned up and made a real noise today and added to what has been a brilliant atmosphere in here today.
Drama in the fourth tier of English football. This place absolutely packed out. Compelling drama at Edgeley Park. And we are down to a penalty shootout to decide whose journey continues and whose journey comes to a shuddering halt in a heartbreaking fashion. It will be Salford to take the first penalty, and it will be Matty Lund to try and fire the first shot across the bows of Stockport County.
Yeah, so important to get off to a good start. I think taking that first one and scoring it piles the pressure on the team taking second.
Remember, Salford City have done so much research. They've taken the research from the England national team coming in to this playoff penalty shootout. It's Lund! It's still rising! He can't believe it! He's blazed it over the crossbar! And now he needs a bit of help.
Wow, gets that absolutely all wrong, leaning back. Spoke about committing to the ball, get over it. Does exactly the opposite there and sees it sailing over that crossbar.
Well, Lund needs a bit of help here from his goalkeeper, Alex Kearns. It's Paddy Madden who has stepped forward for Stockport County. Madden, no messing about. Stockport County have the edge at Edgeley Park.
Yeah, no mistake at all there from Paddy Madden. As soon as he put that ball down, there's only ever going to be one place that it was going to end up. Drills it down the middle of the goal.
Forward comes the experienced Adrian Mariappa. Salford starting with the most experienced players at the start of this penalty shootout, but Lund missed. Mariappa steps forward. Mariappa, and saved by Hinchcliffe! Bedlam here! It's not done yet, but Salford City have made the worst possible start to this penalty shootout.
Yes, with the greatest respect to centre-halves, penalty, it's a good height for Hinchcliffe. He has to guess the right way, of course. But Adrian Mariappa will be disappointed with that execution. Still early on, though.
Up next is Ryan Croasdale. Croasdale! Great stuff from Kearns! Could that be the turning point?
What a big save, and desperately needed there from Alex Kearns. You can see Croasdale again. For me, it's a comfortable height for the goalkeeper. Gets two big hands on it, palms it out, just keeps them in it. Huge save.
4 penalties taken, just 1 scored so far. There's Louis Barry. It's Barry who finds the bottom corner. And Salford score their first penalty of this shootout.
Fantastic composure from the young man there, real quality. Again, that is the ideal spot. Low into the corner, almost into that side netting. Makes it really difficult for the goalkeepers to get down there. Fantastic penalty.
Up next is Will Collar. Stockport still have the advantage because this is the penalty in hand. Collar! Clinical!
Yeah, incredibly calm, composed, a man who has experience in terms of taking penalties, and it certainly showed there just guided it into the corner.
Time for Stevie Mallon to step forward. It was his deflected goal which looked to have won it for Salford City in extra time. Ben Hinchcliffe is taking his time. Stevie Mallon, and Hinchcliffe's there again! Right now, he's the hero!
Yeah, we spoke about maybe one or two other penalties being at a comfortable height. Not that one at all. That was down low to his right-hand side. Does ever so well there to get a big touch on it. Reads it, then gets down. Fantastic, fantastic save from Ben Hinchcliffe.
Match point for Stockport County. Anthony Sarcevic has stepped forward. Is this their moment? Sarcevic scores! After a soul-destroying fall from grace, Stockport County are rising up again. A club which hit rock bottom and kept on falling is heading to Wembley with a chance of returning to League One.
And what an emphatic penalty to win it for Stockport. Absolutely dispatched, no messing about. Puts its foot through the ball. Sarcevic, no chance for the goalkeeper whatsoever. Sparking absolute pandemonium in here.
Well, you know, Ben Hinchcliffe, the goalkeeper for Stockport, he'd scored penalties in shootouts in the past. But this time, back on the day job, he came up with some big saves. And Stockport County are dreaming of Wembley.
Absolutely, and we've spoken about the journey, how low down Stockport County have fallen. I remember coming here in the National League, and certainly the atmosphere wasn't anywhere near as positive, of course, not just because they've won, but in the lead up to this game. And it certainly looks like a club where everybody's on the same page, that forward momentum, where they want to take this football club. And this is another huge step in terms of that journey and getting back into League One.
Well, for Salford City, a season's work has been destroyed within 1 week, but they will take plenty from what they have done, finishing in the top 7. They still can't escape the clutches of League 2, but they are building steadily under Neil Wood. But the class of 23 at Salford couldn't deliver this time around, because today the story is Stockport County.
Yeah, and it certainly won't feel like that for Salford in terms of looking at it as progression, but over the course of the season, it's another step forward for them in terms of getting into those playoff places. They've just fallen in the cruelest possible way at the last possible moment, but in these playoffs it's about winners and it's about losers, and certainly today Stockport enjoying their day in the sun and their victory over local rivals Salford City.
Yeah, Toure absolutely devastated there. But Stockport County have done the job in the most dramatic of circumstances. It looked like their chance had gone after the goal from Stevie Mallon, but then Jack Stretton stepped up to level up, and Anthony Sarcevic, who Salford wanted a sign, with a devastating penalty to clinch it.
Yeah, he's certainly the man that you want stepping up for that occasion. Hugely experienced, great quality. He didn't feel that the moment would faze him, and it certainly didn't with how he struck that penalty shootout. And this is, I suppose, the beauty of the playoffs. If you're on the right side of it, there's nothing like it in terms of the agony versus the ecstasy. And certainly when you get here, you want to be on this side of it, as Stockport are, because it's incredibly hard losing any playoff game. I've been there myself on too many occasions, and they're really tough days to deal with.
Stockport County, from devastation to salvation, they will play in the League Two playoff final at Wembley. Next up, we will join Carlisle United against Bradford City in the other League Two playoff semi-final, second leg.